One, another day, another chance, another way, another dance. Today I'll discuss you all about, something that I've been going over so far. So what I'm gonna be going over is express routes. That's what I'm gonna be going over is express routes, it's chapter 9. Then routing in Node Express.js. Right, so build a web application has building one has become a simpler task with the addition of web frameworks. Web framework in Node.js is a module that offers structure to application. To this structure, you can easily build and customize the way application feels without worrying about building certain features from scratch, such as serving individual files. By the end of the lesson, you'll know where to begin with web frameworks and how the one used in this book, Express.js, can reduce the time it takes you to get your application running. This lesson covers setting up a Node.js application with Express.js and navigating a web framework. So as you can see here, you got an HTTP request that is made to the server, then Express.js receives the request and processes it before handing it off to other parts of the application. It's requested URL safe. Does a route exist for the URL is the incoming data views and database. So because you're still dealing with HTTP request methods, the overall interaction between your application and the browser doesn't change much from your application that uses HTTP module in Unit 1. You get the same request and response objects contain a lot of rich information about the sender and then its content. Express.js offers methods that make it easier for you to get that information. All right, so that's what happens. You know what I mean? So let's go over like the code. So as you can see here, in this code right here, man. In this code, we got something called transport 2003, and also got something called use strict. So use strict, it pretty much removes any errors and prevents any unclear syntax from, or pretty much any syntax that's wrong. It gets prevented, right? So that's what prevents. So it just prevents any like peculiar syntax and only allows the proper one. So any error that your terminal picks up or your console picks up, you know, in on your syntax, it pretty much gets returned on the client side, and then yeah, you're gonna have to like work around it because you just picked up some illicit syntax. And then you got const port equals 3000. We use the const variable because the const variable, what that does is it pretty much the const variable pretty much sets your variable to stone in such a way that your variable once a variable has been assigned, you can't add a new value to that variable, otherwise it's going to return an error. And then same thing, const express equals require express. So what require express does is it exports express from our online node library. So that's what it does. It just exports it. It just exports it. So that's what it does, and so on and so forth. Require express just exports, man, that. Then initialize express content app equals express, just initialize it. Then app.use request res next equals or greater than. So these are the parameters, right? So you've got parameters. So you got your request, your response, record, and then next. So those are the four parameters that we've got. Constant log request made to, request.url, and then next. Then encodes URLs to prevent any routing errors. App.use express.url encoded extended false. Data will be parsed to JSON formats. App.use express.json routes route get app.get res.send welcome to my express app.get items vegetable quest res equal to greater than let variable veg request that parameters that vegetable then res.send this page is for so on so and so. So just a quick debug, step over to my next breakpoint, step over to my next breakpoint, step over again. Okay, and then I'll just get route with the URL parameter, then post route for root, app.post, request res equals to or greater than content log request.body, content log request.query res.send post successful, and then start server app.listen port equals to or greater than content log the express.js server started and is listening on port number port, and then yeah. So that's what happens, and then I'm gonna go over it just now. And then my controllers, what this file does, it defines and exports controller functions used to handle specific routes in maintain.js. It controls the controller helps separate route logic from app setup, right? Keeping your code organized and modular. Function send request parameter purpose handles get requests, which the route items vegetable. Example URL HTTP localhost 3000 items caret, then export send request parameter. Extract the vegetable parameter from the URL. For example, if the URL is items tomato, then request that parameters this vegetable will be tomato, then let veg equals request that params the vegetable, then send a request message back to the client. Dynamically include the vegetable name, then rest that send this page is for veg. Then function send post, purpose handles post requests sent to the route URL. Example, if form submission or API post request to HTTP localhost 1000 exports that send post logs the request body data sent from forms or JSON payloads. So the console for debugging and inspection console log body request.body and then logs any query parameters that may be appended to the URL, for example, HTTP localhost 1000, cause a log query, request.query, sends a confirmation message back to the client, rest.send, post successful. So that's my controller. That's pretty much my controller, right? Oops. That's my controller, and then yeah. And then for my packages npm init, what that does is it initializes That's what it does. It just initializes the project and it assigns dependencies, right? That's what it does. It assigns dependencies and then yeah. So that's so yeah. So what it does, so you got your name, author, license, dependencies, main, version, test, so on and so forth. And as you can see here, once you initialize your project, something called package.json will be saved onto your project. And then package.log.json will be assigned as well. But oh no, yeah, it will be assigned as well. But I'll get into that later. Now I'll go over my package.log.json as well. I'll go for now and then package.log.json because we're using Express modules and npsi express. So that's what happens, man. So that's what it goes over. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what happens. You know, npm I express. Then yeah, so yeah, and then npm, and then what that does give you is package dash log.json. Then yeah, that's what it'll give you. Yeah, internet's giving me problems, man. Yes, sorry. Yeah, and then along with saving like modules, it'll also export modules and assign them to your code along with their APIs. That's what that's what it'll assign. It'll just assign those. That's what it'll assign. And then yeah, and also got the load underscore modules too, man. So that's what happens. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what happens. You know. So that, yeah, that's what it is, man. And then as you can see, then go here that says, "Welcome to my web app." You know, to my Express app. So that's what you see here. So you got your request, right? So that's your request from your server side. You know, request gets sent. You know, online, right? To fetch like this gets sent. Let me actually go back to that diagram. So an HTTP request is made to the server side. The Express.js receives the request and processes it before handing it off to other parts of the application. The request URL saved as the route exists for the URL is the incoming data, then views in database. That's what happens as well. Then yeah, and then welcome to my Express app. That's what happens, man. Yeah. So yeah, that's what happens. And then anything you wanna speak for like Express for, for Express routes, anything that you wanna deduce from that. Anything you want to go over for express routes?
Not really, because you covered everything.
Uh,
I mean, you covered the main changes, the JSON, which is what's the dependencies,
uh,
the home controller.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or you don't want to give like your own synopsis of it. Just summarize it.
Summarizing.
Yeah, just summarize. It doesn't have to be long, just short. You're just summarizing it.
Okay. So,
Okay, let me share it now. Let me share my screen.
I've got it. I have it because I heard it somewhere. So basically, what we have here on this on our Express app, we're able to handle what's this post requests. We're able to what's this the both the request body and query parameters can actually URL parameter like what the vegetable from the request. We're able to create our own Express app to put 3000. It will define a simple get route that responds with the
Yeah,
hello universe and will actually log the message in the console when the server starts. And yeah,
thanks. Then we're gonna move over to our next part of like chapter 9.
it's not this one.
Yeah, there's actually two server underscore HTML and express routes. So I'm just gonna go over that.
I asked her yesterday about chapter 9
Oh,
specifically. Yeah, it's actually one thing. We covered everything.
oh, okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Right. So for my, so obviously it's pretty much the same thing. Oh, okay, no problem. I'll just go over this one
Yeah.
quickly, but I'll just pretty much, I'll just go over this one quickly. So constant express equals require express, which is pretty much the same thing as like last time, except just imports the express framework you use to build servers. So this is just server underscore HTML. And then const home control require, so just imports controller module that contains route logic. Then this defines the port number in which the server will listen, create an instance of an express application, right? And then const app equals express, then middleware logging each request. Define the port number in which the server will listen. Const port equals 3000, right? They create an instance of an Express application. So you got that too. This middleware runs for incoming requests. It logs the request URL to the console for debugging or tracking. App.use request res next equal to or greater than console log request made to request that URL. Right, then pass control to the next middleware or route, then next. Then parse incoming request URL encoded data from HTML forms. Saying extended false means it will use the simpler query string library. Then app.use express.url encoded extended false parses incoming requests with JSON data commonly used in APIs. App.use express.json. When a user visits localhost 3000 in the browser, this route sends a welcome request as a response. App get res.send welcome to the home page. And then example visiting localhost 3000 items tomatoes. App.get vegetable, so on and so forth. And then you got your app post home controllers that send post. So it's pretty much a formulae, you know, like your functions, your formulae for your functions set post equals the parameters there. Then dash n, what it does is it takes, your strings for parts of it and pretty much passes over to another line. Same thing for your quest parameter, right? And then you got your app post home control that send post, your app that listen port, can log the express.js server has started and it's listening on port number port, and then yeah, that's what happens. Then yeah, so yeah, I mean, that's what happens. Anything you want to go, oh yeah, yeah, you didn't do it, never mind, it's fine.
Yeah, I already did.
Never mind that. So yeah, this page is for colon vegetable.
Ah,
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm just making examples. So obviously, this is what control this is for. You're able to go to like different. You just aids in the process of being able to go using an HTTP response, the same one, being able to go to different URLs using the same HTTP response. So yeah, I mean that's what it is, man. So I'm able to go from my welcome page to my page for like vegetables. This page is for colon vegetables. So that's what happens. So yeah, that's what happened. So thank you very much for going over lesson 9 with me. Take care of blessed things, man. So yeah, so lesson 9 is just like using Express, rerouting using Express. So that's what lesson 9 is all about. So you're able to like reroute, using Express, so on and so forth. So thank you very much and take